Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm just in bed. It's a Saturday. It's about, I don't know, maybe 9 something at night. Well, probably almost 10. But I just put on my pajamas even though I'm not going to go to bed, because to go to bed I take a shower, I wash my face, all my makeup's off, and then I go to bed. But it's kind of cold tonight, so I wanted to put on something warm and just lay in bed until I'm ready to go take my shower and actually go to bed. So I just wanted to come on here because I wanted to talk about something that I'm going through that has really got me scared. Um, I did a video, and if you haven't seen it, go check it out, on preventative care, mammograms, pap smear, all that stuff, and how important it is to really make sure you do that. I always prided myself on making sure that my preventative care was done. My mammograms every year, my pap smear, it used to be every year. Now it's every 3 years, which is good because for the first time I thought I was behind. Just the last couple of years kind of just, I don't know, just a lot was going on. And each year the insurance is the same insurance, but it changes plans. So, you know, just getting things to be okayed and stuff like that. So I finally said, okay, I got to do it. So my son came in, so I had to pause it for a minute. So I thought, okay, got to get it done. I was starting to, when I don't do things, because I'm a very organized person, and like I said, I pride myself on making sure that at least those things are taken care of, which is preventative because it prevents things from happening or that could be advanced or getting worse, all this stuff. It's just so important. The older you get, you got to really even pay attention to it more. But I always recommend that young girls, as soon as they're, you know, at least 15 and older, to really watch their bodies, really listen to their bodies. I just found out that they don't really do pap smears or any of that until you're 21 and over, which I don't understand why. But you can listen to your own bodies, and when you go to your doctor for checkups or annual whatever, just ask questions and make sure you kind of are familiar what can happen to you at that age, in the beginning of having periods, the beginning of womanhood, and all that stuff. It's so important. Start then and keep it up to the end of your life. But especially if you get older, it's very important because so many things can happen, and you just need to be on top of it to live as long as you can. And so, like I said, I always prided myself on doing my preventative care, but the last 2 years I kind of struggled with it. So finally this year I said, that's it. Okay. I won't feel good until I get this done and making sure that everything's okay. So I scheduled for my pap smear. I have been seeing my doctor, and I got a really good doctor this year. It just makes me mad that every year, even though my insurance is the same type of insurance, you have to enroll and your plan changes, and sometimes your doctor that you have to have changes. So they changed my doctor, which I was liking my doctor. She was a woman and I really liked her, but at the end there were kind of some things that were like, you know, no. And so when I got this doctor, not that I really wanted to change because I had gotten so familiar with her, she was pretty much on top of everything. It was just an incident where she was checking my throat. I forgot what I had. I don't know if I had a sore throat or some pain in my throat or something. And she said, oh, it looks like your tonsils. And she put her thing away, and I said, no, it can't be. I said, because I haven't had my tonsils since 1984. And that scared me that she had checked me and examined me and said it was my tonsils when I don't even have tonsils. That was the first and last scare that I had with her. And then I was kind of feeling towards the end that she wasn't into a person that likes to be consistent with their health care, to be checked up. I mean, she didn't make me feel like, oh, you're annoying me, you're bothering me, but it was just like it became routine, like she really wasn't 100%. She was like 80, 90% invested, but not 100. And I need somebody to really care with me, to really think it's great that I'm into my life and I'm into my health and that I want to just be safe than sorry, that I just want to just make sure. I need somebody on board with me like that, because after at the end of the day, it's my life, it's your life, so you have to advocate for your life, your health. I remember being in my early 30s and having another doctor at that time, and I was having some breast uncomfortness and breast pain, and I went to him and I said, I want a mammogram done. He goes, oh, that's silly, you're so young, you don't need a mammogram. I said, I've known people to have breast cancer in their 20s and die from it. It can happen. It might be rare, but it can happen. This is my life, this is my breast, my health. You're going to do the mammogram or I will get another doctor. And so he kept being sarcastic about it. Finally, we did the mammogram, and it turned out okay. And it was just that between the birth control and all that stuff, it was just really, and periods, it was really affecting me. But I'd rather be safe than sorry. You have to be an advocate for your life. So anyway, now I have this good doctor, which is actually the head doctor of the whole group there. And he is amazing. He's sweet. He's patient. He it's like your family to him. He doesn't rush you. He's very detailed. We had an instant connection, and he loves it. He loves it that I'm into the preventative thing. He loves that I like to make sure. He loves that I check in with him. Anything that I feel is happening, I make an appointment and I want to know what's going on, and I have this. And he's even called me personally to tell me, oh my God, you lowered your cholesterol. Keep doing what you're doing. I'm so proud of you. I've never had a doctor to go out of their way to do that. And it's just from the beginning to the end of my appointment, it's like, if you ever need anything, please let me know. I'm here for you. Have any questions? He gives you a big hug, and he's just so respectful and so just, oh my God, the most amazing doctor ever. And I hope it doesn't change next year, because I'm gonna fight to keep him. And he's very smart, very detailed, and he remembers. He doesn't forget what you said or what you wanted, or he's not sidetracked. It's just like a perfection. And so with him, I've been even like, okay, he's on board with me. We have this connection. So let's get ABC did, and let's go down the line getting everything done. So I made an appointment for my pap smear, which he doesn't do my pap smear, but he does the order and he follows up on it. And so she said, Al, you're actually on time. Your last one was 2014. This is 2017. We're doing it every 3 years now. You're on time. I got my results back. Everything was perfect. That was so great. I said, okay, now my mammogram. So for the first time when I put the order in was June, and it didn't get to me till September. And the mammogram department here tends to do that, and it just boils my blood. So I have to fight for that too. So then, I went and had the mammogram done finally, and this was the 11th of September this month. And I said, okay, I've always, I'm 2 years overdue, 3 years, 2 to 3 years, because in 2014, I should have did 2015. Here's 2017. I said, so I'm a little worried. I've been having like, in this right, I'm sorry that I heard somebody coming in. This right side, I've been feeling like some uncomfort. And so I was really worried. But the doctor was like, because I'm really big boobed and heavy, it could be just the weight of it. And so I said, yeah, that makes sense. But I would always do myself breast exams, and I didn't feel anything. So I had the mammogram done. And then they said, your doctor will have the results. So the following Monday, which is 18th, I had an appointment with him. But I actually had an appointment because I've been having a lot of arm pain. Come to find out, I have tendonitis. So he gave me a band that I have to wrap on my arm. And he said, I know you don't like taking prescriptions like it's prescribed because you don't want any type of addiction to happen. And I've always been that way. If they say you're supposed to take this every 3, 4 hours, every 6 hours, 3 times a day, if I'm not having pain, why do I take that medicine? I'm only going to take the medicine if I'm having pain. But why take it just for my body to get immune to it or addicted to it? I don't want that in my life. So I'm thankful to have it, but I take it as needed, unless it's something that you have to be like on a treatment basis. So I went to my appointment that following Monday, and we did the tendonitis thing. So he goes, go ahead and take the ibuprofen as prescribed. Wrap this bandage, and takes usually 2 or 3 months to go away. So that was good that it wasn't like some surgery, or the arthritis had trouble from my hands and my knees to my arm now. And he said, try not to use it. I said, oh, while I'm here, they said you would have my mammogram results. He said, oh, okay, let's check it out. I said, I did the pap smear and I heard it came out great. And he goes, that's great. So then he checks my pap smear and he gets quiet. And he's like doing his head like this. And I'm thinking, okay, maybe he hasn't gotten to that page yet. And all of a sudden he says, well, your right breast is good. I'm like, my right breast is good, meaning there's something in the left? And then he goes, yeah. He said, they found something abnormal in your left. I'm like, what are you talking about? And he said, he needs to look again with his head like this. And he said, it looks like calcium deposits, which I had never heard of that. And I said, okay, calcium comes from milk. Okay, that could be. I had a breast infection when I was pregnant. Just had my daughter that landed me in the hospital for a week. I said maybe it was left over from that, or I love milk, so maybe that's kind of what I thought calcium deposit was, and it might be still that. But he said it looks. He said, "Did you have an accident?" I said, "No." He said, "Did you hit your breast at all?" And I said, "Not that I can recall." He said, "That's what it looks like." He said, "But anyway, they want to do another mammogram, but like a diagnostic mammogram." And I said, "Okay." He said, "We just do as a precaution." He said, "Look at me. I don't want you to go home and worry that you already have breast cancer. I really don't believe it's breast cancer. I really believe it's calcium deposits. But we have to do another test as a precaution. So don't worry about it." And that kind of made me feel better because I know he's honest with me. But then again, I know that they don't want to really scare you unless it's really necessary. So as much as I tried to allow his words to reassure me, I was just like shocked, scared, dumbfounded, worried, stressed, all of the above. And I showed my husband and my daughter the paper, and we cried and stuff. And they tried to uplift me and encourage me, which I so love. Um, but I just said, okay, let's just do this. Maybe this happens to people. And then I started talking to a lot of people, and they were like, oh my God. I talked to my sister-in-law and a few friends on Facebook. They're like, oh my God, Carmen, don't worry about it. If I can tell you how many times that's happened to me, you wouldn't believe it. And my sister-in-law said the same thing. They do this all the time. They do another mammogram. Most of the time it comes out great. Don't worry about it. Don't stress about it. So that kind of made me feel good. I got a lot of encouragement. Then only one friend, but I don't think she really realized that she was really scaring me. She said that they told her friend it was calcium deposit, ended up being breast cancer, and she said it was horrible what she went through. Oh my God, the chemotherapy, the throwing up and stuff. And I'm like, oh my God, I can't listen to this. And so, but I was nice about it, continued to listen to it, but kind of just I gotta throw that out my mind. So finally, that was Monday. So that following Tuesday, they called me 4 days later and they scheduled it for that following Tuesday. So now it's another week. So I go in and have that second mammogram on the left breast, which is like a diagnostic. So then I had regretted not asking the doctor, could I look at what he was looking at? Because I was in such a shock. You always had a regular mammogram and now you don't. So then when she was doing it, I said, can I see the x-ray or the images or whatever? She goes, sure. She pulled me behind the counter. And what it looked like is it's on the top right here. Like this is my breast. So it's right here, right above the nipple. It's like 4 or 5 pin marks. Like if you took a white sheet of paper, blank paper, white, you took a pen, red, black, or blue ink, and you dotted it like 5 times. Or like broken piece of glass, small tiny pieces of glass. but bigger than sand, all in one little spot. And I was like, oh my God, that's it. I was expecting to see white patches, white circles, balls, anything that could be like lumps, or that they would really think that something was to worry about. When I saw that, it kind of gave me some hope and some relief, because I thought, oh my God, that looks good. And my breast was clear, no density, no, nothing's just clear like wires. And I thought, what is that? And she said, those are, oh my God, not nerves. I forgot what what it was. Oh my God. Veins, veins. I said, okay. And I said, God, my breast looks good other than that. So then she said, well, don't put on your clothes back. I'm going to have the radiologist come talk to you. And I said, oh, okay. I said, maybe because this is a diagnostic mammogram, maybe the radiologist was just explaining, hey, don't worry about it. Now we see what we're seeing and it looks good. And she came in, and I could tell when she came in, her look wasn't a joyful look. It wasn't like, oh, everything's great. So I just looked at her, and she said, well, she said, what we're seeing is kind of like little specks. I said, yeah, got hopeful when I saw the images because it's little and it's all together. I said, I was expecting to see white spots and all this stuff. And she said, well, it is tiny. And she said, but my concern is that they're all in one spot. And I said, wouldn't that be better than I'll spread it over, which could mean something spreading? She said, no, actually, when it's in one spot, and even though it's those tiny specks, what that could mean is early breast cancer stage. And I'm glad I was sitting down, because I would have dropped. And I wanted to cry so bad, but I wanted to also focus on what she was going to continue telling me. And I was hurt, shocked, scared, you name it. I felt it. Sorry. Get some nasty cut in my throat. And she said, so what we want to do is a biopsy. And I said, oh, wow. She said, because we want to be 100% sure. We don't want to be guessing at all, especially because I'm concerned that they're all in one spot and it could be early stages of breast cancer. When I give you an answer, I want to be 100% sure of whatever it is. So if it is breast cancer, early breast cancer stages, we would have caught it in time and we could try to do something about it. If it's not, then fine, but at least we're 100% sure of whatever. And I said, okay. And she said, we only do biopsies every Tuesday. So here I am Tuesday. I have to wait another week. So she said, what we'll do is we'll numb you. We'll put a needle in, clip it, take it, and then it'll take 2 or 3 more days to get the results. And I just was like, okay. So she said, that would be what I highly recommend. You can schedule it today. So I went to the other office, put my clothes back on, went to the other office, scheduled it for that following Tuesday. So this coming Monday, here we are, Saturday evening. So Monday I have to go have lab work done. Tuesday at 12:30 is my biopsy. My husband is taking off to go with me. I'm so happy. I do not want to go through this alone. She said, eat really good before you come, because I want you to be comfortable and be relaxed. And she said, and it is a very hard thing, and it could be an emotional thing. So if you want to bring somebody with you, that's great. And I said, okay. So that's what I'm going through. I have a breast cancer scare. And that day I came home and I took my makeup off, or I think I did. And then I just crawled in bed. I cried my eyes out. I prayed as hard as I could pray. I was listening to a lot of my some I'm sorry that somebody was coming in. I love Christian music. So there was this singer that's a Catholic that she goes to conventions for years. She goes and sings at the churches. And her name is Hela, Gela. If you speak Spanish, you should hear her. And she had a cancer scare in her throat. And her testimony is the most touching, amazing testimony ever. And she sings songs, and two of the songs that touch me, one is called No Estoy Sola, I'm Not Alone. The other is El Alfarero, which I don't know how to translate that. Oh my God. I was listening to those songs and I re listened to her testimony and I cried and prayed and cried and prayed. My husband called. He felt something was wrong. He knew I was having that mammogram done. I told him what happened. He came straight home, hugged me, cried with me, prayed with me. And my daughters have just been so loving and supportive as always, and just trying to uplift me and keep me courage. My sister Lydia, who I love dearly, she's doing her mammograms and going through her pap smears and all that stuff. So, she's concerned now, but she's been uplifting and encouraging. Sis, cancer has come, the technology and the help for breast cancer has come such a long way. And especially if they got in the early stages. And I'm even sure it's not that. I'm sure you're going to come out of this fine. Don't give up. Don't let this affect you. Just keep thinking positive. Just keep praying. I'm praying for you. I love you. You're not going to die. Just please, please, just keep focused and don't give up. And whatever happens, we'll all get through it. We'll all be there for you. So she's been calling me almost every day. So I really appreciate that. But I feel like I'm in a fog and I don't want to cry. I feel like I'm in a fog. I really do. I see people talking and I see their lips moving and I'm really can't hear what they're saying. I'm constantly thinking. I'm still praying. I'm still trying to keep the faith and the hope. The last thing you ever want to lose is faith and hope. So I'm hanging on to every bit of it with dear life. I trust in God. I believe in God. He has never left me alone. I know He's going to get me through this, whatever the outcome is. He's going to get me through it. But it's still hard. I'm a human being with feelings. I'm scared because I have children. I love my children. I don't want to be without them and I don't want to leave them earlier than I have to. I have an autistic son. I have an autistic son that needs me. His world would come crumbling down. And I will miss him something fierce. I don't want to go. I always pray that God gives me a long life so that I can get him as far as I can and know that, I know I'll be at peace because my daughters, we already have a plan. If anything should happen to me, they're going to take them to live with them and they're going to make sure he's good to their dying day and that he has everything he needs and that they'll do everything for him like I did. So I know we have a plan and it's a beautiful plan and it's a trusting plan and I could die in peace, but I don't want to leave him. I would miss my children something fierce, all of them, because I love them to pieces. But because I know my son is disabled, it's like, I don't wish it upon anybody. So I'm worried. But it doesn't mean I don't have faith. It doesn't mean I don't have hope. Like I said, that's the last thing I will ever lose. That's the last thing anybody should ever lose. And I love my God. And I'm blessed. He has blessed me. I have suffered in life like you wouldn't believe. I had to work for everything I have. I have struggled in life. I have survived domestic violence. I've been through a lot of, health issues and, just suffering, emotionally, mentally, physically. And he's always with me, even if I have to go through that like a butterfly, when they're a caterpillar and then they finally turn into a butterfly and fly. I'm so like that. I love butterflies and I feel like my life is a butterfly, just like Jenny Rivera. So much me and Jenny Rivera have in common. I don't want to die early. But there's a few things. She's Mexican, I'm Puerto Rican. There's a difference. She has 5 kids. I have 4. There's differences. She's a singer. I can't sing to hold a tune, but there are a few. But most of her life is so identical to mine, and we love butterflies, and we feel that our life is like a butterfly. So I just wanted to come on here and kind of just express my feelings, kind of let you guys know I was going to kind of wait till I got the actual final answer after the biopsy and just tell you kind of what I went through. But then I kept thinking about it. I decided, no, I blog about my life. And I just kind of want to let you guys know because I did that other video about preventative care mammograms and stuff like that. So, and I said I would update you on my mammograms and stuff. So I thought, okay, I'm not only going to update them, but I'll be able to express what I'm going through. Just pray for me because I love life. I want to live a long life. And I want to live it because I have children that need me, especially my son who's autistic. And it's so weird that I've supported breast cancer. There's no one in my family, no one that's ever had breast cancer. There's only been one person in my life that's had cancer, and it's my dad, and he has Hodgkin lymphoma. But he died at like 75. I think he was 75. And so there is no high risk. There's nobody there, thank God. But I've known a few friends, and my godmother died from breast cancer, a dear friend of the family, something like that. And so from day one, I've always supported breast cancer. And starting tomorrow, which is October 1st, the whole month of October is breast cancer awareness month, and it's also domestic violence awareness month. So I always interchange every day of that month. I try to wear purple, pink. I go back and forth. I change my profile on my Facebook. I do videos on makeup tutorials to honor domestic violence and honor breast cancer. My ATM card is Susan G. Komen card. Hold on. So this is my debit card, and see, it's the Susan G. Komen, and you see the breast cancer ribbon symbol. So I'm just covering my number and stuff, but I've had this card from day one. Like I say, the whole month of October, I dedicate and honor Breast Cancer Awareness Month, even though it's nobody's in my family. Like I said, my godmother and a couple of friends. That's been the closest I've seen breast cancer. I've known other people, but and I've supported it from day one. Like I said, I do makeup tutorials, doing pink looks. I have my ATM card. I donate. I go full force to honor and bring breast cancer awareness to the forefront. Also, domestic violence, which is in October. October is Domestic Violence and Breast Cancer Awareness Month because I'm a domestic violence survivor. So, and the color for that is purple. So look forward to that. I got so much that I'm doing. I'm going to be honoring Puerto Rico, which I'm Puerto Rican. My isla, my island, my people are suffering in great measures. We're having a humanitarian crisis, as you all have seen on the news and TV. My island is destroyed. My people are dying. They're suffering. So my heart's been heavy and broken, and I've cried so much about that, and I've posted. And so I'm bringing awareness to that on my videos. I'm going to be doing looks to honoring my people, Puerto Rico, and from Mexico. My husband's from Mexico, so I'll be doing a look honoring them, and I'll be bringing awareness of that, what they're going through with the earthquakes. Also, I was doing my topic series. I just did a 4-part on marriage. I'll be doing topics on infidelity, sex, cheating, being a mother, being an autistic mother, just all kinds of topics of life, spirituality, being a woman, just every topic you can think of. So I haven't been able to get back to that, but I'm going to be getting back to it also within the month of October and from them on. Plus, my Jenny Rivera series that I hope to start before the end of the year. I'm in the process of reading Chiqui's book because I want to be fully read. I've been a huge fan of Jenny Rivera and all that stuff. So I already read her book and have all her stuff. But I'm going to be doing a series on that. So it's got so much coming. And then fall looks, holiday looks, Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's, my birthday's in January. Just so much awareness and tutorials and things and topics that I will be sharing with you. It's amazing. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Push that bell to get notifications for every time I upload a video. Please give it a like. It will mean a lot. I'm going to be doing a giveaway for when I hit 100 subscribers. All that stuff. So, and I will definitely after I get my biopsy results, God willing, it comes out good. But whatever the outcome, I will update you on that. I just wanted to vent. I just wanted to cry with you and express my feelings of this breast cancer scare. Please, people, please do put your preventative care above all. Make sure you're doing it every year, especially if you're over 40. I think it's every 2 or 3 years if you're under 40, but I would have it done every year, no matter what the age. It doesn't discriminate against culture, age, religion. So do a mammogram every year, a pap smear every year. See your doctor as much as you can. Just really be an advocate for your life, for your health, for your family, which are the biggest blessings in life that we have. So don't ever take it for granted. Don't ever think things can't change. Be prayerful. Always pray. Believe that God will always be with you and take care of you, but we have to advocate for ourselves so that God can continue blessing us as well. So I'm going to go for now because my time is running out. But God bless you. God bless my people in Puerto Rico, Mexico. Stay strong. We ordered some shirts, so Puerto Rico will rise again. Puerto Rico se levantará. So look forward to that. But God bless everyone and pray and do take care. Thank you for listening. Good night.